trying to create more easier. Maybe a solution. Yeah.
Is this
Yeah.
It is.
It is?
Yeah, it's because ciao.
Yeah.
Do you recognize your writing?
Yeah. Oh, fell off.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Focuses on these three, so the subs will be these guys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, series is good. So in this situation, it's also good. So how is talking about
So, yeah, so that basically, something has to check in, neither one of them does it. Post defender,
and then yeah, pose defender. Yes, and then make a space.
makes a space. Quick decision making, comes two touches, they turn, they go around and stuff.
That's great. Yeah. And four, going.
Yeah, going.
Always. Okay, great.
Corey. How many yards do you want it?
How many what?
Yards. Size of the field.
Hey, boss.
I haven't thought about
It
it.
has nothing to do with it.
Thinking about which group.
So, I took on a red team, just to help out the league that I'm at. And there's this one kid who is on the autism, spectrum, right? He's on the higher, not in the higher functioning, but I mean more like I suggested that he should have been in the TOPS program. Right? So the directors are female, and they were like, the parents don't want him, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, look, I'm trying to make it comfortable for the kid. Like, I never suggested a kid ever to be in the TOPS program until like today.
How old is the kid?
He's 8. And
Functioning from your
oh,
perspective.
no, we're talking about a 4 or 5-year-old. Yeah. And
So why are the directors?
it's a rec league, and it's like I said, they're women, so they have a different mentality. The dad is just trying to weed the disability out of them. You get what I mean? That's what's happening. And they even have a kid, also a younger kid, in the TOPS program, so they know what the TOPS program is. So I'm thinking the dad's like, no, and I talked to the mom, and the dad from the side.
You're doing
The mom said, "Baby, no, I'm gonna train with them more. I'm gonna train with them more."
Scenario time.
I'm like, hey guys, I'm gonna do my best to make it comfortable.
Sounds like accepting reality is a difficult thing
Yeah.
at this moment in time.
But it doesn't help. I mean, it's not good for him because he struggles, but also we're also taking down the man that you give every single game. And then, if you get what I mean. But to me, it's like, it's right. It's no big deal. But I'm sure this is something that coaches struggle with all the time as well. I'm thinking like, what would be the best suggestion? I mean, it is what it is now. I finished the season with him, but tell these parents at the end, I'm like, hey, I don't think this kid's gonna get any. If you get what I mean, they're hoping that he gets better. But it's just, yeah.
It's hard to say. I think it's a decision based on what you share. It's out of your control. I mean, can you make a decision as a coach? I'm sure. Okay. He doesn't have to do. Can you make it factual and make a good argument on why he can be a team? No doubt.
Yeah.
There are facts, right? But it is rec.
Yeah.
So I think if it was club, you would have more of the ability to say these are the facts. But rec, it's hard to say.
No, yeah, for sure. Hey, that's.
So this is scenario.
Yeah, so what do you think we could be doing here? Like, for this particular.
I want to lose my key again.
Actually, this is a good thing. We can use it.
We'll use this as practice. We'll use this as practice. Okay. This is scenario 1. So if the team struggles to advance
4v4 is better.
4-2.
4v4 is better.
No, did I say scenario 2?
I think it's
It's true. I mean, yeah.
No,
yeah,
scenario
you can
1, sorry.
Pull more defenders.
yeah. So
Then scenario 1 then.
Yeah,
to
sorry.
make them success.
Alright. So if the team struggles to
Uh,
prevent the opponent,
But we still think about more challenge.
the team
So if we do 4v3, three attackers kind of hard to break down this problem. Okay.
Set up cones. like-
Set up, okay, yours.
Like a lane, yeah, I'm
Mhm.
thinking, I'm like, kind of like simulate, hey, this is where we go, or should we just like let it, like, hey, you guys figure it out? Cause I think yesterday, a lot of the setups were crazy, with the boxes and this and that.
Then the last session, the day one or day two, I tried to separate a lot, so he doesn't like it.
Yeah, yeah,
So
for sure.
get more free.
What's better for you? Cause sometimes when you find something, you box a person in, you're like, well, I guess, you know,
Mhm.
if the team struggles, I'm confused. Alright, I'll put if Oscar FC struggles, if Oscar FC struggles to prevent the opponent from getting when the opponent has the balls or okay, so that's it. Okay, I think
Okay, so that was gonna be hard.
It's like 45 yards, and then this half line so maybe
let's just say
35.
if Oscar FC
35.
Oh, this is happening.
struggles
Yeah.
to prevent the opponent from scoring and continue to win the opponent has the ball.
Mhm.
Is there
No, but,
I see.
yeah. So, I think it's more than that, you gotta do.
I see.
So the objective is prevent the opponent from attacking from the center wall.
Yeah. I was going to say that. Okay. Okay. Hashtag prevents.
So this is the objective. Principle.
There's
This is the main principle. Good shape.
Did anybody download the framework for U12 and came out in PowerPoint?
Yeah, mine did too.
Okay, great.
yeah.
Shape. Make team contact. Okay, how do they make them contact?
How many defenders you
Let's have a game-like scenario. How many guys we have today? Let's make them all.
Everybody?
Everybody,
Okay.
5v5.
Okay.
Yeah?
5v5.
Yeah. I mean, this is you 12. You need more 12. Okay.
Alright, 5v5, alright, so.
Let's use. Let's in the field is like this, the big field that we have. Let's use this. In the middle. Yeah, but it's middle area. I don't know if we have a
How
chance.
we go, Ben?
But today we have.
I'm trying to come up with a game that forces the attack wide, right? So I want to do scenario one. They're coming up the central channel, and I really liked, like Grayson's game yesterday. I thought about it after he left. I really liked it because there's one person applying pressure, and then the middle channel was shifting,
You're right.
right?
So maybe use one of them.
That works great when you're attempting to like
Yeah,
go
let's just say if,
through the
let's just say if
channels, as opposed
Oscar
to
sees
like
strengths to
going
prevent opponent from
parallel,
breaking scoring
or,
opportunity.
yeah, parallel
opponent
with
has
the
ball.
channels.
And
So I want to like attempt to come up with a way to have the attack
And then
go
you
down the
can
center channel and have
to reduce
the defenders
to reduce
like
the
win the game if they can get the attackers into the wide spaces.
No,
And I'm having a hard time like conceptualizing how to make that happen.
create all.
I'm having a hard
So
time.
what am I
I'm
gonna
trying to think of things that I've done there that aren't just like send the ball in through the central channel
To lose the
and
point
then
in
have the
lose the
8
point.
or the
Okay.
6 step forward, apply the pressure, and then have, depending upon, you know, what the shift is gonna be on the defense. Cause if the ball's gonna come straight up the center channel,
Okay, so
there
we
really
want to
isn't
create-
any movement.
So maybe that's where you need, maybe that's where you gotta ask the question, where are you starting to play? Is it in the middle where the problem is starting? Or is it on the sides where the problem?
So it's gonna be
It's not
like
starting.
having
Because
three guys
if
on the back, 2 guys.
they're penetrating down the middle, where are your numbers
Three.
mainly?
3-2.
They're gonna be on the side, they're gonna be overloaded on the side of the attack.
So where they
It's
start.
not shifting fast enough.
Oh,
Okay, so that's great.
So
So,
one guy's gonna-
right, it was in the left channel, for example.
scoring.
The other team.
And
That means
No,
the
so
6 would have been
objective, we can
too
keep
far
forward
over
Make it
into the left channel, and they would have had
No,
the
it's
shooter in the
not.
back.
Three-
So it's the game,
different
so
phases.
that,
Yeah.
the activity could be,
We have a.
you start right or
Yeah, you
left,
see this page.
you move forward, they have to make
And
it.
then there's a clear action.
They can either dribble or pass it forward, while somebody
Oh, yeah.
else get another attacker who's already in that
Okay.
channel.
So there's no
So the
objective.
instruction is.
But they have to play.
If you
Or
go
diagonal.
page 17, it
I'm
shows
trying to figure it out,
and
and
then
then create a defending
depending
turn and
on
shoot.
how we can select the objective.
But that's where you're having the trouble in the middle, right?
So-
Yeah,
So let's say that in the
Yeah,
ball
like
goes from
we
your
can
left
pick
side
up
to
one
the middle,
objective.
so what do you have to teach now
One
your
objective.
defenders to do in order to
And then
prevent?
if you
getting
choose
broken
making
down
the right
in the
option
middle.
to play forward,
yeah,
we
so they have to learn
keep
how to cover and shift.
Oh, so
to
you
balance.
have to pick it from this one,
Right.
not from the other one I was looking at.
So
Okay.
So now you
maybe
need to
yeah,
know what player you're
basketball,
working with.
because
So you can
now we
right,
have a
have more
situation.
movement, you gotta
So
teach them.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
In what area they gotta move in.
Advance the time, yeah, because we're not finishing this time, we're breaking on to advance time.
So the formation, the back formation is
Situation, yeah.
3 has two.
it is difficult to provide the two forward. So advanced ball is I think it's better.
Only one. Seconds. 60 seconds, 32. and then off.
Defending.
So when it comes to sub-principles, we can only choose one, or we can choose all of them?
No, one.
One.
Unclear.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna have is like, let me show.
Engage, choose one, big player between the lines. Switch to,
Where's the drawing?
change to canvas.
Here. So we're gonna have three, like we said, 5 and 5. Three guys here. The defenders, 5. This is the red team attacking. Break the leads. And we have three zones. We're going to divide the field. So draw the line. So these are the this is the central area, and these are the left attacking from this team. So this is the attacking team. The blue is the defending. So we want to prevent scoring from the central area, right? So in order to prevent that scoring, we're going to give an incentive to this team. We're going to give an incentive if they get scored on. That's gonna be like 2 points. So if there's a shoot, if this red team shoots and the attack team from the center, so we have to register, okay? Then this means that this is gonna count as, the shot's gonna count as 2 points. If the cross came from here, from the sidelines, only one, and the shooting resulted into a shooting, only shooting, doesn't matter in the goal, but shot on goal, okay? Doesn't matter if it's a goal or not. This is gonna count as a 1. Okay? That's what I'm thinking. So this counts as 2, this counts as 1, if it results in shot. How this team scores? Pretty much they have to prevent, but maybe they win the ball. If they win the ball, what do we do? Yeah. Yeah, to be more realistic, yeah. More realistic, there's a little more excitement. Yeah. That's so they just need to pass through this, send the ball, score 20, just 3 goals. Yeah, for them excitement. Yeah. When they win, they score. Okay. But technically, this counts as 1 point for them. 2 points if they prevent. And now they lose. This team, the red team, 2 points. So these guys, they won't allow 2 points extra. So this team, every shot on goal, for the red counts as 1 if they came from across from this lane. If it comes from the middle, counts as 2. So for the red, that's incentive.
Oh. I'm so
technically-
zoned in, I'm not even here.
Technically, we can have a goal, right? But yeah, that's
About an
not
hour
good.
ago, they were playing with Cardi Ray Jepsen, I think,
Okay. And they always the ball. So where's the coach and the balls? How do we start to get the game? No, so we want this team to teach the team defending, right? The compactness. So I'm just thinking, how do we force them to make that shape? do we have them start?
So, after reading everything,
Where does the ball start?
This is where-
you
yeah,
pick
we're
that.
gonna start.
breakdowns to the lines of plan.
I mean, the coach can just pass the ball.
That's the only one that matters, but I think I can do right. Switch play, change
Yeah,
the
the
one,
coach is here.
and then player actions control, which is only, I don't know, it's player actions that we all together.
Yeah, the balls are show.
Drag,
He's passing to any of those guys. So like, for example, he's gonna pass to the winger. Because the coach decides.
Okay.
So you do it scenario one, right?
You changed here.
So scenario one
And then,
states that your team
objective
has
is-
trouble defending the middle.
The team has a trouble defending.
Maybe,
Preventing scoring
the
opportunities from the
chance
middle.
is related with, and then.
But how are you
switch
gonna
the-
show
Oh,
your
okay.
team
so.
the weakness if you already have all the numbers in the middle?
Three defenders.
That's what I'm thinking, that we should make it random.
Saying.
We should
we
have them
this
start.
guy and receive it.
Probably throw the ball and have them position themselves. That's probably a better idea.
Goes one way.
Mhm.
Travis the
But
ball.
would that be realistic for a game, for them to run from behind the game?
Change the.
From behind the goal into the field and position
It's
outside?
not gonna be game-like, but it's gonna make them thinking what is the best way to position.
He.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
do
yeah.
they work together
They
to?
pull.
But if it's not teamwork, how are you gonna connect the dots?
You know.
How are they gonna connect
Pass
the
it off to
dots?
this guy and make it over.
Because at one point, they're gonna
Okay.
ask themselves, okay, I never do this in the game.
That could be one thing.
So how am I gonna know where's my starting point? In the field, so I can learn how to get back into the middle and defend.
Mhm.
He drives forward, he
Okay,
hits.
so maybe they also start
He
from the
passes
higher.
here.
Mhm.
You know, he comes, hopefully he comes.
What is the real scenario?
Passes back this
Well, the
way.
real scenario is
And
their
either
lines
stop
are
it or he passes
probably
this
they're
guy.
not keeping their
Depends
lines
on
on.
the defense.
easily to break.
Depends on what they do.
So they're probably
You
getting
just
like
have
the
to
guys
the
over
ball,
here.
change the direction of your.
Yeah, and the middle is
Depending
open.
on what the defense is doing.
Okay.
So their
Or
job is to.
there's so many
maybe
many
to
scenarios,
take
maybe
after
like
the
this.
next
So the lines
three
are open to the
passes
middle
before you can go forward.
because they're passing.
Mhm.
That
All
way,
the lines are
that-
checked.
otherwise they're
These
gonna be
guys at the
one
midfield are not
pass,
coming
they're
back.
beating the defender every
And
time.
we have guys
It's
here
the
that
same thing.
penetrate.
It's not gonna change the
Maybe
direction of the
sorry.
ball.
So it's there's so many
can go
things that
for
we need to focus on
positions.
marking. When
If-
we're like, how do we have them stay close? That's why I get to the point system.
And pass, scoring position, crossing,
But
something.
literally, how do I show them that they're being beaten?
And then how many years do we need for practice? 35.
Well, let me ask
Which
you,
is
where
longer.
does your problem start?
35 or
Or better yet, what's your shape right now?
Yeah, longer straight.
okay. This
Yeah,
one.
No, you have a 5v5, so what's gonna be your shape?
3-2.
What's gonna be your defensive shape?
Okay.
Defensive shape is gonna be,
Then here is steady or different.
oh, but
Yeah, here's another.
Okay.
That's 35.
getting
Okay. And then who will start the exercise training?
Okay.
So based off of that, where is the ball starting?
Passing.
I think it's up to him. If he feels
Oh,
like
he
press.
can choose
Yes.
dribble or passing.
Well, just pass the ball to
Okay.
one of the midfielders.
Either
Either
drive
here
or
here.
But again, it's their
Okay,
job.
so based off of
Defensive
that, how are you
job
gonna
say,
do
hey,
the
I'm under
shifting?
pressure or not, but he has to connect. They have to
Yeah,
connect. He
so-
has to go from. Yeah.
Well,
Connect.
so
They
so
have
to
connect
force
passes.
the defenders.
Oh, okay,
So
so
let's say
restriction.
we may decide just to
let's go.
don't tell them the zone.
Yeah, restriction, right?
Constraints.
Again, constraints.
And just
yeah,
let them
constraints.
play
Connect.
and observe
Where they can go.
and see where
Okay.
the mistakes will happen.
But you already
That's
know
already
where the
given, yeah.
mistake.
Yeah,
Or
I
going
mean,
to go.
we need these guys to. I need to see the real.
Or you pass.
If these guys are already
One,
making
two.
the mistakes, this means that they're allowing the penetrations. They're opening the middle area.
Number,
Okay,
Or not,
so
or not closing the middle area.
Okay, so there, okay, so
43.
where put the ball, where is the ball gonna start?
The ball size is good, we'll pass it to
I mean, we can start the ball here and have this guy start from
For
there
defender.
and see that they warm up and figure out that they have to close this area because we can say, hey, the two guys, the two blue guys.
But
there's
do they need to? You only have 3 passes. If you do, take 6 passes. Yeah.
because we have three guys.
Yes. And then if the defender steals the ball,
I mean, creating the scoring opportunity, yeah, these guys are already
I mean, they
covered.
don't, I think
So you're even numbers right
I
now.
mean, defenders, you just get extra defending practice.
Yeah.
But,
Make it easy.
I mean, if you want to, you can always do the gates.
So then
gates, yeah.
leave it
Okay.
instead of 5 with
Instead
9.
of a gate or a
Make
small
4
ball or
guys.
something.
Yeah, no.
So now what is your players gonna have to do? What is your defensive
You
team
know, I
gonna
guess,
have to do?
but then that means
They have to bring the number
these guys
back.
have to recover the ball to prevent it from, and then
In
you
the
recover
center.
the ball. And
So
then
those are
reset.
player actions, isn't it, Monday?
Or how much?
So that's what you gotta identify, what player actions am I actually gonna have to teach my blue team so they can recover into the area that we need to deny and the opposing
No
team.
constraint.
After, if that.
Okay.
Okay. So those player actions, where you two gotta be able to see, okay, what player action am I teaching here?
Thank you.
Player action, am I actually
set up
trying to
the field,
help the players
study 5 years and 30 years. It depends on today where will we go to.
Yeah, so what he's saying
Right,
is
We got 3 more minutes, coach it.
got it.
You really, you're gonna use, no, Bert's gonna stay here. Yeah, I know. So
We're getting
there's-
that.
So they don't have enough size.
In the center.
I mean, it's just for.
So the idea is
Okay, yeah, got it.
to teach
Or
these
maybe
guys.
should we start with them, one of them has the ball, that's this year, I think that would make more sense.
Yeah, it's better to overload
If he passes the ball,
overload
they start
the
on the
defense
ball.
because otherwise the way how I had it
He has to
is
strike forward.
they're already in the center. It's not really.
You get what I
They're
mean?
not gonna score to the center.
Because if he starts with the ball, then the defender's just gonna stay there.
So
The defender's
so then we
expecting
can
to
have
pass.
rotations technically.
Yeah.
But now if the pass comes here,
since
and
we're
passes
retired,
here, maybe.
So let's
You know,
let's play
get a try.
5 versus 3.
If this has this situation, the team struggles against the ball.
5 versus 3 defenders. So they
So
I mean, why do we need the goal?
he struggled, I think. The midfielder struggled to deliver the ball
I'll tell you what.
to make him go
Let's have a go.
scoring position.
Okay.
If he has the
Let's do this.
ball,
Yeah.
I don't think.
But
it
I want
works
to
in
also
this situation.
also set this to guys.
But it's just a starting point.
Because they're gonna be doing a lot of running.
Okay.
Just a start.
Yeah, to come
But
back.
if you think that we should start here, we came up with that idea first. We can just leave
Another choice is you deliver. You
Okay, I have to explain to you.
The other choice is, because I want to come to this guy.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
2 minutes.
Okay. He stopped. Okay. No, he stopped. Whatever.
What do you think? What do you think? What do you
Ryan,
think?
remember, we'll go backwards this time, we'll start from group 6. Alright, Jens, let's get this party started.
What part?
I like how he's gonna go to backwards. Let's see who brought good whiskey.
What whiskey?
Whiskey.
You should have got me like a
Training
nice.
sessions are good whiskey.
I gotta,
That's not
Who
how I
is-
feel free to
who's 2? Or who is 5? Team 5? You
No,
guys.
I heard
Yeah,
Team 6 starting.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
Team 6.
Oh.
So Team 5 going
So
on.
we're going backwards today.
All right.
Team 6 is up first.
So, I have a proposal for everybody. But I want to ask. So, number one, we had 2 proposals. The first proposal, we were denied, but there's a reason for that. Which was, hey, could we just not skip the whiteboard and go out there and do it? Because that's how I learned so well. But coach was like, no, this is crucial, so we're going to still do that, right? But the second proposal I'm asking is, can we skip lunch and get right into the activities outside?
I
That way,
mean,
like, we could, it'll speed things up a little bit, but it also kind of gives, like, I could skip lunch. Plus, people have got a long drive, but I wanted to.
Are you saying we have a soft lunch?
Yeah. There you go. Can we have a soft lunch? Are you guys okay with the soft lunch?
I mean, not everybody's here.
Raise your hand if you're okay to go get right into the activities and skip lunch.
And then leave early,
And leave early.
earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, we're missing two more.
Uh-oh.
We're missing two more.
Is that it? Raise your hands. I don't see any. Raise your hands.
Fine.
We got majority. Oh, you know what? We gotta ask that. Yeah, Coach has to do the liability check.
Yeah, let's just make sure nobody
Can we order?
Can you guys, since you guys are late, do me a favor? Raise your hand if you're driving from 20 minutes away.
And Ryan is
Raise
buying
your
lunch
hand.
afterwards.
Yeah, you raise your hand.
I can't, I'm not,
Is it 20 minutes? It's 5 minutes away.
15, sorry.
Yeah, raise your hand. Okay, we're done. all of us raise your hand.
So what they're saying, just so you got it, is that skipping lunch goes straight into the activities.
But then can we
Good.
finish
And
early?
then we finish early.
Well, if
Yeah,
start now, we're
good.
ready, most likely.
All right, here we go. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh.
All right, group 5, you're behind the board. Group 6,
You start
we're going
first.
first.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you already went, so Abe's going.
Yeah, I'm.
What's the group five going
Are you
first?
ready or you need to?
That's what I do for a living.
I mean, I'm basically writing in the
Okay.
part, man.
Okay.
Over here, buddy.
Let me know anything I can do, writing. Okay, maybe I will like, this one,
It's
okay.
okay.
Huh?
It's okay. I just don't want to make sure that I.
What do you mean? No, but we're sending at 3 p.m.?
No, I'm just saying, I feel bad because I proposed the idea to write. Just clearing his conscience.
He doesn't want to stay
No, I just want to make sure.
Well, everybody here
Yeah,
voted,
yes, man.
it's up to you guys. All I'm saying is just make sure that be conscious of your own body, because you're gonna be running, if you haven't ate anything, you might want to
Yeah,
make sure
full
four or
four.
something,
Right.
because we don't want anybody
And then yellow
drinking
one.
out there because you're gonna.
I mean, I brought my own lunch. I left it.
The problem is if you've been
I'm not
drinking
gonna
coffee,
get
that
along.
doesn't go well with running. Because
I'm like overdosing on pre-workout all the time. You know my brother, when we used to play, because we played for the USL and NPL. He's not my brother, but I know him for years. Sebastian Toro. I don't know if you know him. Toro. He would eat hot Cheetos before games.
How did that go for him?
No fair. I mean, I don't know what happened in the bathroom.
Can I get a little before I forget?
Before I forget. But again, I don't think it was a hard
Okay, scenario, go ahead, walk us through.
Alright, so we're gonna do the scenario number 2. 1-3-3-2 formation. We're struggling to advance the ball from the back to the front 2 to move the scoring position. So in this,
What's your main principle?
main principle, providing options to play forward.
Sub-principle?
Provide vertical and diagonal options to guys.
Player actions?
Player actions, passing, scanning, and supporting.
Okay.
So we're gonna have 3 in the back. Or at least this way. Over there. Okay, so we'll use half of the field over there, which will be about 20 yards to 20 yards. We'll have 2 gates. The coach will stand in behind the defending players, so that's where I'll feed them the ball. The ball can go either one of the players to start off. Our main player, to make sure we get the ball to our centimeter striker in the middle to score a goal. So he can score a goal or pass someone and they can score a goal. So, but the main thing is he has to touch the ball. We have to try to get the ball in the center to our striker or center midfield. So that will be our objective. That's what we're trying to accomplish. We were talking, I mean, my game yesterday, that's what we were struggling on. From the back to advance the ball to the middle. Because that team was pressing high and very fast. So that's going to be one of the challenges today too. When these two press, we have to make sure we can pass to the sides. Their main objective is gonna make sure the center doesn't get the ball, the center player. So he can move anywhere he wants. They have two gates the players can pass into, and one goal for the blue to score.
Done?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I think I covered everything.
What prevents this player from coming down?
Say it again?
What prevents this player from coming down? I'm U11 and I want the ball. What prevents me from coming straight here and getting the ball?
Nothing prevents, but my thing is, I don't want him to drop too low, because if we're gonna advance to attack, he needs to be playing more up, so he doesn't have that much room to run. So if he drops more back, then he gets the ball, he has so much ground to cover. So my thing is, him playing high, so that way he has less.
Which is, I understand, but my question is, what prevents him from coming down?
What prevents him?
We don't want to create a boundary. We're going to tell him that the pressure, that his objective, because in order to advance the ball, we need pressure up top, or we need a player up top. Height.
Okay. What prevents these two defenders to guard him and not anybody else, knowing that the objective is him?
Well,
The other players can score anyway.
yeah, so
He just has to
even
touch
if he
the
gets the
ball
ball, he can pass the other player, so they cannot just concentrate on this guy. They make sure the other players are covered too, so they won't go.
Okay. So how many meaningful reps would this player get?
Which
If
player?
every other player can score?
Well, what I'm actually gonna do over there, so we're gonna do 2 minute reps, and then we're gonna switch out these two players. I'm gonna keep all this for players I'm gonna concentrate on, so they can keep playing. So 2 minutes, maybe about 20-30 seconds, they can rest, so I can go over the coaching points if I see something not going right, and then they'll switch off, the other two will go on.
Okay. Challenging. How challenging would it be for the blue team, this activity?
It'll be challenging because now they have to score, they have one goal to score on, and red already knows what the target is. They have to make sure this player doesn't get the ball much. So it's going to be the challenging will be shifting a lot of times and supporting each other. So
Will it be challenging?
challenging, I think, against.
This player passes to here. This player is gonna shift, this player is
Well,
gonna
if they
shift.
shift this way, okay, the challenging will be, they still have to get the ball to my center.
Thank you, that's what I was wanting you to shift. Look what you just did, you shifted, right? So this
Yeah, I
ball
wanted
is
to
gonna,
shift, actually.
this ball is gonna go to this side, right? I see a red marking the blue that I need to go to. Am I gonna pass it to him or am I gonna drill forward knowing that I can score?
If he gets the ball,
Yeah.
say the question again. Is he gonna pass it to him or dribble? Well, usually if this is the situation they're in reality, you might just dribble down because he's open. But if this guy shifts, so again, our main thing is to get the ball to my center, so we can attack from the middle.
Part of our objective too, scoring a goal and allowing these players to also score eventually, was the fact that this, you're almost looking at this as the second number two.
Okay.
So if you get it to the first number two in this activity and then they bounce it back and they shoot, it's getting it, this is building up to acting like that second number two up top.
But how are you gonna connect that to the players if that's a goal? Because if I'm an 11-year-old, the goal to me represents a goal.
No, totally understood. I think that knowing that this is activity one and that we're gonna build up to activity two with the second player, I only think they really need to focus on, hey, it's a goal. You're advancing the ball forward. So if we're clear up front and saying,
But then that's what I was waiting for you to say, the advanced ball.
Okay.
Then it defeats your objective. Because once your objective, it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
just advancing the ball.
creating chances,
Creating chances.
our objective, right?
What's your scenario?
The second one.
Yeah, team struggling to advance the ball to move the team in a scoring position.
Where our objective is again to enable to our striker to score.
But based on his observation, based on his statement, he just said advance the ball to the wings. That does not meet your scenario.
No, but I said it, our whole objective is getting him the ball.
Okay.
To shoot, to score, or.
No, I
getting the
see
ball
what you
to
mean.
pass.
I was trying to guide the conversation to knowing that it's a ladder. It's activity 1 and 2. But
Activity,
yes,
yeah.
it is we are getting it objective to that person up top.
Now, question, whose intensity is higher, blues or reds?
Reds.
Reds, because it's 2 of them.
Reds.
But whose intensity should be higher?
Blues.
So that's a question you guys gotta ask yourself, how do you make sure that's balanced?
And another one here.
That's for you to decide, coach.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
totally
trying to
our plan.
change.
No, it's good. It's our
I'm
plan.
not trying to change your
Our plan.
activity, all I'm trying to do is put thought in regards to what may occur out there.
Yeah.
Make
Gotcha.
sense?
Yeah.
Not trying to say,
I just had a question. When you're posting a scenario like this, since the struggle is to advance to the front two, do you want to create a struggle? Because it feels to me like even though your goal is to get to the front player, the struggle for the people who have the ball is there's not a lot of struggle for them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's what he's trying to say.
Sorry.
That's what he's saying, which is why I said.
you're not speaking the same thing, because that's why I was going to the intensity and the numbers, because if there is no challenge for the brew, it doesn't meet the struggle, because as a center mid, I'm not struggling, that center mid right there has all the time in the world to make a decision.
Yeah.
Which means that he shouldn't have a problem sliding it forward.
I know.
This is.
Like I said, we're not trying to change your activity, all I'm trying to is give you.
No, I understand what you're gonna say, yeah.
And then my other thing to add, and sorry, since the formation that you have is at 1, 3, 3, 2, it just, to me, it sounds like you should have 2 up front.
Yeah. Well, this is activity 2.
That's
This is activity one.
It's activity one.
That's activity 2.
Okay.
So then we'll add 2 up.
Because then,
Because if you add another player up front,
Yeah.
to me, it's now easier for them.
yes, but then here's the thing, is that when you have 2 players up top,
Yeah.
the things that the midfielders are looking for is different than if you have 1. So you're training almost 2 different pathways.
So would you say activity 1 though, then you would start with 2 up top?
I would have it, if you play with 2 up top,
Yeah.
I will have whatever activity you're doing having 2 up top.
2 up top
Because the
always.
midfielders now
Gotcha.
have the right simulation.
Simulation memory wise?
That's one perspective.
Sorry, maybe I'm
Yeah.
wrong.
That's his perspective.
No, I like
For
it.
example,
The
Yeah, yeah.
reality is that your activity 1 and so forth, because in a game, give you a scenario, what usually happens in the game? And I don't want to take too much time. What usually happens in the game?
They're kicking the ball off the side.
One forward is usually not active.
Yeah,
Leads you to this, right?
yeah, okay.
How is your midfielder working with one forward always being active?
Always.
And you trying to put the other one, which will lead to your second activity.
Isn't that kind of, because of your formation though, how your formation in the game is? For example, let's say some formations I put in, I do 1-4-2-3-1. Let's say 11-11. So I have 1 striker up front. So again, my goal is with my fielders passing to a striker and supporting him. So that's how we attack with 3 midfielders attacking on the wings. So it just, I think, depends on exercise on the formation. Usually you have your players like that. That's fine. Even with the 99, usually I'll have 4-3-1. So I'll have 1 striker, 1 in the back, 3 midfields. So my goal will be kind of like this, getting the ball to my striker. I don't know, that's just my opinion.
You're the coach.
It's good.
You're the
Just
coach.
depends what formation you play, I guess. I mean, sometimes you do 3-3-2, which now you're gonna use the 2 up front, getting the ball.
Well, the question for me, and I understand what you're saying, but the question for me is how you're gonna teach the action.
Yeah.
How are you gonna teach the what?
The action,
The
the
action.
player action.
Again, player actions. Make sure they can see where this player is standing, so they can get him the ball, shifting, and they have to support each other. That'll be.
And I'll leave you with this, that way we can go to the next group. What about if this midfielder is not capable to beat that 1-on-1, because now you're 1-on-1.
You're not 1-on-1 though. Well, once you press, if you drops a little bit, you can always make the pass.
Which defeats the question that I asked you at the beginning. What prevents that forward from coming all the way down into the midfield?
Well, the exercise, I don't want him to come, I see what you're saying. Well, he can come close to the midfield though.
But then he's not a forward.
But we're still advancing the ball.
Our main goal is to pass the ball to him, to go forward. So he's not dropping all the way back, he's not.
I understand what you're saying,
But
but remember,
he's
when
also-
the forward comes into the midfield, is he a forward now?
No.
And is he scoring? Is he in a scoring position? Maybe, depending if you're that close to him.
I'm telling you, that's.
But remember, this
we're
is
not
back in
changing-
81.
No, we're good. We're good. This is it. This is
Wait,
it.
I'm not telling you change, the question's
No, I
not,
get the.
this will occur.
Okay, it is.
My question is gonna be, okay, came down to the midfield, he's not in a scoring position.
Yeah.
That's why my question was, what prevents him from coming down?
Well, let's say he's not coming down. If they're gonna press like this, then this player needs more support and moving from this players. So they have to move more and support him more, so they can advance
Makes
the ball.
sense.
Fair enough.
Fair. Good coaching points. God damn it.
Good job, guys.
Good
Next
job,
group.
good job.
Third group, you're up on board, put in this, fourth group.
We had to
Let's go, Abraham.
Good one. Good.
Alrighty, so mine was, team formation was 1-3-3-2. The team struggles to advance the scenario. Team struggles to advance the ball to the front two to move the team into scoring positions. Objective, main principle, was to create main principle, break lines to advance attack. Sub-principle, switch play, change the point of attack. And player actions, we can pick a lot of player actions, but I just put down 3. Support, passing, protecting. I sometimes I get confused, like, when it's like I have to pick only one main principle and one sub-principle, but I think you can, in the middle of this drill, you'll be incorporating another sub-principle, which is holding a defender with you. But it's just gonna be, it's not what I'm gonna be focusing on, but it's gonna happen. You get what I mean? So the way it's gonna start off is we're gonna start off with the ball. This is the ball, the one in yellow. Our attack is blue. 1, 2, 3. We're only gonna have 7 players in this drill, and everybody else will be subbed in. Goalkeeper, 3 defenders, and the 2 forwards, and then the midfielder. Right? These are the 2 that we're focusing on, including this one. And he's gonna start off by passing the ball. It's their job to, create an option, usually checking in. Usually, hopefully, it will pull a defender, depending on who it is. It's their job to scan to see who's getting, who's doing it. And then it's their job to move around to create this pass. If the constriction is that they have to connect 3 passes before they can go to goal. I don't want to say forward because that could mean a lot of things, but it's to goal to goal. So that way, you have to move the ball from one side to the other before you're able to go to goal, to score, which you score in the big goal here. But if defense recovers the ball, they have to dribble the ball to score themselves, right? It's then something to look forward to. Right? There's a little thing, if defensive ball, but if the attacking team is able to recover the ball again, now their job is to reset the ball by going through a gate. That way it moves them, again, switching the movement of the ball within the field, right? If a defender gets smart, they know, okay, they have to go through a gate. This is the closest gate. Well, now the attacker says, okay, this gate is not open. Now I have to switch it to the other gate to reset the attack. The ball goes out, we start all over. Goes outside lines, behind the goal. We start all over from the middle. So who's your focus group? Sorry, are you finished or are you?
Yeah.
No. Who's your focus group?
These 2 right here.
Scenario 2 says the team struggles to find the 2 forwards, right?
Yeah.
Where's the struggle in your midfield?
Same question. Got it. Okay, so it's the midfielder who's having the struggle.
Got you. I read it.
Or the forwards, I'm assuming you're saying the forwards are not moving
Yeah.
correctly, that's why the midfielder is struggling to find them. Fair enough. But you just said that this won the ball, and then he's gonna dribble towards his own goal.
No, that's if defense wins the ball and then attack wins the ball again. That's a whole different. Now I may have complicated it, but the way it starts is passes the ball. They have to make 3 passes, so it forces them to change, and then they can go forward.
3 passes on,
Between these 3, have to make 3 passes before they can go to goal.
but is he active?
This one? Yeah, he's active. He goes in, but he starts off. Yeah.
Okay, so, but let's just go back to the one you said, what habit are you teaching your forwards to do?
Okay, lower.
Yeah.
Backwards, are you gonna let your forwards dribble back towards your own goal in the game?
Well, no, but this is the attacking half.
Still, are you gonna be okay with your forwards doing that? The reason I'm saying it's a habit. If you're teaching that, your forward will understand that in the game, he's gonna be okay to do that.
Gotcha.
But if you reprimand him on that in the game, what are you telling your player?
What you're doing is wrong.
But yeah, you told him it was okay to train it.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying? So it's about a habit. Now, here, what are you for? You're 3v3, which means man mark, or you 11 and you 12. What are they most likely to do? Pass or dribble?
It's a dribble.
Yeah.
And you're asking them to do 3 passes, which means how many repetitions are you gonna get? And now it's not finding the forwards, it's building, finishing on the attack. Because where should your reps have happen more? In the attacking half or in the midfield?
Midfield.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because your topic is finding the front 2, but if you're saying that you're gonna find them and then play here, then it's not finding the front 2. Because it will only happen once.
Gotcha. Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So those are the things, I get your idea of what you're trying to say and do, but the reps in which you're being asked to solve a problem are not there.
Okay.
So your idea is not wrong in regards to what you're trying to build, it's just that I don't see where the problem is being solved.
Okay, so I think when I first thought of everything and then I changed everything that I was trying to do, it was more like pulling in the finger and more to that, creating space. Yeah.
But you're still even numbers, you won't pull an offender.
No, maybe one more attacker we need to put.
Okay. So now I have to change everything to where we get.
And that's okay, you don't have to change everything out, I'll let you guys have that and so forth, these are, and you said it starts by 35?
Yeah.
Okay. How do the Reds score? You said dribbling, right?
Yeah, just dribble.
No goalkeeper?
Yes, there is a goalkeeper. Yes.
Okay. Alright. And then what was main principle? Break the lines and the attack. Okay. Alright. Yeah, no, thank you. Good job. Yeah. Next team up. Team 3, you're up to the board.
I want the laser pointer. I want the laser pointer.
Something else.
Can we add one more players?
Is this your office?
Say it again?
Is this your office?
No.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
All right, so I'm doing scenario number 1, which is the team is struggling to prevent the opponent from creating scoring opportunities in the central channel, right? And so the main principle is deny the finish. The sub-principle is to challenge and protect against attempts coming centrally. Player actions are going to be cover and marking, awareness of the overload, particularly in the central channel, engage the attackers, and then body positioning, right? So the way that the field has been organized, we've got basically 20, which is the width out there, by 22, which is a little bit longer than the half, because it was 18 on the half. Coaches will be standing in the right and left channels. And really what we're going to do is we're going to send in a ball, one ball, sorry. So we've got a 5 on 4. is the scenario. Red is attacking to the goal, blue is attempting to clear the ball. The objective, the way to score is red is going to goal, no goalie. Blue is regaining control of the ball and playing to coach, either coach, doesn't matter, just play the ball back out, wide, is really what it's attempting to do. We'll consider that a transition into attack. That said, the way the game starts is that a coach will play in the ball to the attacking team. We're gonna talk about doing some of the things that we talked about, cover, marking. So the reason why that this is a 4-on-5 scenario is because we really want to recreate what we have a deficit in, which is stopping the opponent from scoring in the central channel. What we've got here is a crease. The team that receives the ball, the attacking team, has to play centrally before they get to this crease. So I'll recreate that on the field. It can either be a square pass, it can be, this would be a splitting pass, diagonal into that channel, and then once we get to this area of the field, this is where the attackers, again, I want to show an overload. This is, I'm going to consider this the position 2, position 3, position 4, and this is going to be a 6, more of a defensive midfielder. The defensive midfielder is going to be the one that needs to be aware in order to float back to provide cover on the attack. We can also have shifting, so on, this would be technically kind of the weak side. This defender would need to shift to cover if there's, again, continued overload from one of the wide channels back. And then the attacking team can have support with what I'm considering like a 10 or an 8, whoever, the split is here. So again, really what we want to do is create a lot of congestion here defensively, get compact, attempt to regain control of the ball, and then they can play it back out to the coach if they get control. There's a lot going on.
How much space is this?
So if this is, we're gonna consider this 20, I don't know, it can be like 7 yards-ish, right? I kind of want even channels. It can be wider, it doesn't necessarily matter, but, something along those lines.
But coach, I might be running too much. I'm running too much.
As a defender, good. Because that's the problem in the game. You're not moving enough.
Yeah, right.
No soft players.
It's a 3D,
No.
3D2 in the middle.
The way that this is right now, like I said, defenders can provide balance they can move over a channel. I don't want them going too far over, but they can provide balance. Right? So again, if there's, an overload coming from the wide channel into the central channel, they can be able to provide that balance. If this attacker decides to stay wide, then they can shift over, attempting to deny the second pass.
Okay. All right, and what are your player actions?
So the player actions, again, cover and marking, awareness of the overload, particularly with what I'm considering to be the 6 at this point. Engage the attackers, particularly on the wing backs as the balls are being played in from both of the coaches. We're going to alternate sides this game start. And then body positioning, again, we want to deny the attacker the ability to turn and play into the central channel.
Okay. All right. Then what happens if so can they move throughout the channels? No problems. Like the 2 center defenders, can they go help on the outside channel defend?
Yes, but remember, the attacker can't move the ball into. I don't really want them playing this area because I'm trying to recreate the problem that's happening here.
Yeah. So what happens if you end up with the ball there?
I want them to. I would like for them to play it back out and then go back up central.
Okay. So
Yeah.
even if they have a chance to score from there.
Correct. Yeah. I'm not working on offense. I'm working on defense.
Sorry to interrupt you.
No.
You're that, show me the shift on defense, ball is right here, show me the shift on
If the ball
defense.
is here, again, engage, right? And then hold on, this player's got support from, again, we'll call it the 8. The 10 could be attacking, the 9 is starting to shift over. This would be my 3, and then the 6 would start to come over and shift.
Where did he go?
He can provide balance.
Can I make a suggestion?
Please.
Out of neutral.
Well, we don't wanna suggest what he can change, we wanna ask him a question of what you see, that way changing is his decision whether he wants to change it or not.
I think
So that way he understands, I would say more ask a question. What if this player goes higher, or this player goes higher?
And that's absolutely fine. Again, I want to create that overload, and I want the defenders to have to figure out what body positioning do I need to be in. What is the prioritized space I should possibly be filling if there is a run coming? This is the awareness, right? Do I drop and try and take away the passing lane? How do I, knowing that I don't have numbers, need to start being aware of opportunities that are happening, and how do I start closing them down, right? It's obviously, we all know this, the person with the ball is the most dangerous player on the field, right? But defenders need to start to realize, particularly at this age, that staying so close to a man all the time isn't beneficial, right? Particularly if this person isn't moving or they're not a threat. So drop a little bit, take away the opportunity that are being created. If the ball's played back, fine, step into that space, but understand if this player's gonna drop, right, you can't leave this man completely open because that opens the switch. Now, great thing about switches, it takes a long time for a ball to get over here. Everybody shifts, right? So it's that awareness of what's happening around me. Can I close down a passing lane before it gets created?
So what would be the coaching points?
So my coaching points would be this kind of just what I rambled through. Again, awareness, shifting, body positioning, cover, a lot of those things.
Okay, fair enough. Here's the question. You said body positioning, right? Coach, I want to learn. But why do I have to put myself on the left side? Why not the right side?
So, okay, I'm trying to interpret where this player is at, who's asking the question. So if I'm saying this is coming down the right side, right? This is the right side of the field. Why do I need to put myself on the left, right? Because you already have a natural defender. That's the touch line, right? So if you position yourself goal side and you are taking away the ability to go central with the ball, then this is why you've already got an extra defender on this side if you're standing here versus here. Don't take away the line, you're just showing them the funnel to the problem or to the place where we've already got the problem.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Yay.
So what is that called in one word? We talked about this last weekend. He said body positioning, which I understand what he's trying to do, but it's a different word.
Lady?
Say it again.
Lady?
Lady?
No.
You use your body position to provide a perspective for the players. But what are you actually?
Guiding.
That's right. You're guiding. You're telling all your defenders, we're guiding the ball into the area that we can defend.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
That's true. Yeah.
So, and then that's, their counter is trying to get it outside and cross the ball.
So remember what I said, on defense, you're understanding that you're giving up something. In this case, he's giving up the wing.
Yeah. But you're gonna be and so because it's such a far path that his balance on the other side will be able to get there.
All his numbers are set, all right?
Can reset, cover back. pressure coverage.
Yeah.
You want to have to pass the ball.
Team one, you feel free to, oh wait, team two, feel free to, he's already
Use
there.
that laser.
I saw the second over there.
Use that laser.
Everybody's trying to
Use that laser, coach.
All right, here we go, Kevin, talk to us, educate us.
Switch the side. And then
Okay, team 3. So what we have a scenario 1. Scenario 1 is the team struggles to prevent the opponent from creating scoring opportunities when the opponent has the ball in the central area. We devise an activity which is 4v3, stay compact in defense. This is what we call it. What we're going to do is we're going to have the objective is to prevent the opponent from attacking in the central area. The main principle is create. The sub-principle is make the team compact and get narrow and close the center. Player actions are going to be adapt the body shape to stop the penetration and mark players. Coaching points. Should I say them now or later? You tell me, coach. Okay. So coaching points will be to stay narrow to the players, the defensive players. Close the passing lanes in the center, mark the opponents in the middle. Okay, 6 reps, rotate players. What we have is we have blue are the attacking team coming from the center, field size 25 by 20. We're using half of the field over there outside. We're going to have the team positioned in the kind of close to the middle lane, and we have either coach or the coach passing the ball to them. They're going to start the attack this way. So they're starting the attack this way. They decide how to start the attack. The defending team is going to come into the 3 groups. 1, 2 group in the middle. This doesn't hold. And then another group, 3 groups. They're going to be positioned compact. There's a little bit of guide the young players. They won't see what is the center, what is the side. To guide the players, we're going to have the central area. We're going to have two side lanes. The central area is to mark. It also has these defenders, but at the same time, it's going to give an incentive to the attackers. But the attackers are going to get the scoring. If they score through the center, to attack to the center, they're going to get 2 points. If they score through another lane or the pass comes and the shoot comes from the outside, if gets into a position of the ball wins the possession, it's what everybody does today. So pass the ball to this side gates, that they're going to get 1 point. And if the ball goes out, the other defending guys are coming in. So they're like 2 groups of 3, and they're going to do the same thing. Is it clear? Or?
Can you please show us the movement when the ball is on each of the channels?
So if the ball is on the channel, is it at the beginning of the channel or side?
You pick.
Okay, so let's say that the coach passes to this side, right? Passes the ball, let's say here. If the ball gets passed here, you said the movement of the ball.
The movement of the players, the reds. You can move the reds.
Yeah, so the reds, the idea is they're trying to force the ball to stay away. So kind of like they're gonna be like this. So if the ball is here, they're gonna be closing in on the ball, and there's the second defender here, and the third guy is gonna stay here because he needs to mark the balance. They need to balance the counter attack from this side. So because we know that this is a weakness, we don't want these players to get like drawn into here. So the idea is to stay here. That's why we're incentivizing them. You're gonna get scored if 2 points if the ball goes through the center. If it goes from there, okay, we'll let the team hang there, so we don't get drawn like this and penetrated like this. So that's gonna be my coaching points.
Okay, so go back to your regular, put the blue back up here and then the red where you had them. You had them at the beginning. Okay, now, here's something that you gotta remember.
You mean the
No, put them
beginning?
inside the field, put them inside the field. Here's something that you gotta remember. Right now, I'll put them where you're at. Ball was right here, Casper. Ball was
Okay.
right there. So, you're trying to deny an area, but you also gotta remember, what's the one-to-one rule on defending?
Well, you have to one-on-one rule and just one-on-one rule on defending is kind of like delay.
Pressure on the ball, right?
Pressure on the ball.
Do you have pressure on the ball?
Correct.
And after you put pressure on the ball, what are you denying? Yes, you're guiding, but you also don't want the player with the ball to do what?
To pass to the center.
Not in the game?
No, to beat this guy.
Exactly, which means that if you had him inside here, he's gonna go to goal no matter what, which created a bigger problem. You just got beat
Okay.
and straight to goal.
So you're correct. So we're gonna ask these players to shift towards the channels also to prevent this. At the same time, this guy is gonna be preventing attack from the center, getting the ball cross to the center. This guy is gonna stop this. If this guy stops this attack, gets beaten, first guy, this guy is gonna stop it, and the second guy is gonna cover.
Okay, maybe you misunderstood what I'm saying. How can you use your primary defender to provide pressure and deny moving forward, the ball from moving forward?
Net pressure and moving forward.
Provide pressure
Provide pressure.
and deny movement forward.
Well, he needs to position. I mean, he needs to close the guy to the line, push him outside to the line. So
It's back to his topic, right? What's your coaching point to teach primary defender to guide that ball into an area that promotes delay, promotes pressure, promotes that player to think? Because your problem is here, right? Your teammate has a problem here, right? But if you only focus on that, most likely it's gonna be a bigger problem down here. So what I'm trying to say is, how do you teach this defender to not only deny angle, but prevent the ball from going forward?
I mean, he needs to get close on this opponent and put the pressure on him, just man marking.
Well, at that part of the field, you want to push them in to your cover defender, right?
That depends on the coach, what he wants.
But I know that
I mean-
it's the weakness and that's the area you're having a problem with.
Well, let's say the coach did say that, but what is the scenario telling his weaknesses?
Oh,
So, I mean, ideally, I
it's two
don't.
centers.
Ideally, I know that I don't have weakness in the game. I'm trying to have them pushed into the. I mean, technically, this is my strength. Ideally, so I'm not teaching that at the moment. I'm teaching I'm focusing on this area. This is where I want to
So
focus.
do you want them to go there?
Here?
Do you want the attacker to go to that area? If that's
No,
a weak-
not really.
So what do
So
you?
let me, I see where you're getting in. Here, watch. Here we go. Move that player to where you had it, that defender where you had it.
Here?
Right there, okay. Let's say that defender moved the blue player up with the ball. What does your defense have to do now?
Yeah, the defense has to reposition shift over here.
What are the other blue players gonna do?
They're gonna
Move forward.
move forward, yeah, and try to.
And where are they gonna score on you now?
From the center.
And where's your weakness?
Center. I knew you were gonna creep into
You get what I'm
that.
saying? So you can't just focus on one problem and not think there won't be others. You gotta make sure that when you're guiding that player, you also prevent that player, because if this player goes down line, they're gonna feed it right
Okay,
back
so
to your
that's-
center.
So then so you tricked me into that, but I'll get that. So technically. Technically, we need to drop them and just prevent the central area. And if the guy comes here, okay, so what? He's here, he's gonna cross, but these guys are already covered, so we have a defenders on them. So technically, like we call it, stay deep and park the bus. And don't allow.
Devil's advocate here, you're making this fun, Casimir. Cristiano Ronaldo's on the wing, playing, what's that, left back for Chelsea, Chucharella or whatever his name is. What are you gonna do then when Cristiano Ronaldo destroys Chucharella down the left side?
Well, it destroys, we have to cover, right?
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
So the reason I ask this is because you gotta remember the habits. Don't just solve one problem and then leave another problem, because then you're gonna have to solve the other problem. And then players are gonna ask you, based on the description, players are eager to learn. Coach, why did you make me do that, but then we got beat there? But now you're telling me to solve it here, but we're getting beat back at the same place. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So questions come up and basically don't give wood to the fire.
Well, I agree, but
So I'm not saying, this is just hypothetical, right? Maybe on the field, your U11, U12 players, they're getting it.
Well,
So
the-
big problem solved, right? I'm wrong.
So Dr. Zara, I was focusing, so I talked to these guys, I told them, hey guys, focus on scoring through the center. That's the main objective of this drill. So if you score in the center, you get 2 points. So technically they're gonna try to score all the time through the center. Most of the
I mean,
time.
I understand your logic, but
Yeah.
you're saying they get 1 point if they score on the outside. But in a game,
Well, yeah.
then they just like come and defend in the middle. They're not getting to me. In the game, they let them go through the outside, they score. What is the goal in the game?
Okay, so
You know what I'm saying? It means the
Yeah.
same thing.
in that scenario, I agree, then we stay, drop and defend into the box.
I do have a question, Casimir, because you said that your solution when you were high up there, when the team was higher, was to bring them lower. And I'm wondering if that, go back to the team was higher before Dr. Heidel tricked you.
Mhm.
I don't think he was tricking you. I don't think he tricked you. Because I think correct me if I'm wrong, I think you were trying to show this, so, because if they're getting penetrated through the middle, and then, right, you don't want to just, in the question he asked, your solution was to drop them down, right?
Mhm.
I would argue that before you do that, he was getting more to like, how can you prevent that player going down and also going to the middle?
And
Yes, because you can. There's something you can do and teach them to do both things.
So here's the other question. You said dropping down. I see where you're getting, but dropping down, what does that require for the 3 backs, for the 3 center defensive 2 half? There are 5 player actions that they need to be very good at.
Yeah.
What are they?
Decision making is one.
Decision making is one. What's the other one?
Awareness.
Communication is 2.
Awareness.
Body
Awareness is 3.
they need to be strong also, yeah.
Body positioning and individual skill is 5.
Yeah.
What U11 and U12 has all 5.
They don't have physical.
So that's where I think it's going back. That's where he's referring. You could have done that. Teach player actions that you already have there higher up the pitch. If they break you down, well, that's part of the game, right? They'll break you down. That's the other coach's job, to break you down. But at least you're teaching player actions that they can actually execute at their stage.
So they don't get frustrated being scored too often, just beat them in the middle.
Can that outside player go into the channel to defend, or is that why the channel is there?
The channel is just as a guiding line
Oh, so they
for
can
the
go.
defenders. For the defenders, visually, kind of like subconsciously to realize what is the center of the field.
Oh, okay.
Because sometimes you tell, oh, coach is yelling, oh, what is the center of the field?
Right.
So they will think, oh, we need to stay compact in the center, because remember, I'm teaching them to stay compact and to have the body shape in the center. So
Yeah, but he can defend in the channel.
Yeah, they're free to do, but their decision making is they're gonna probably click and say, hey, I'm staying wide in the channel. When the coach says you're in the channel, and he's like, what is the channel? Well, this is outside of the defensive,
So
the danger area, so to speak.
So it's almost like, to me, that the biggest problem is they were too wide and unorganized and non-communicative in the center.
Correct, that's the whole idea.
That you want them to stay tight by the goal, and you're willing for them, you're willing to force the other team to cross it.
Exactly.
And as long as they're compact and tight, that they're gonna cover
Thank you, Ryan, for expressing.
70 to 80% of where the shots are gonna be up on the 18, because that's where most of them have been scoring previously.
I'll take the risk for crossing versus the risk of being penetrated through the center.
Yeah. And then if you get that covered, then.
But I would argue no.
But let me ask you, I know what you're gonna ask in this one.
Yeah.
Arsenal,
Are they Arsenal then?
Hold on. But this is just the drill. The next drill is gonna be I'm bringing my two strong fullbacks, and the blue team is not gonna be able to get to this line in the next drill.
So you play with 5.
Yeah, so we can play 5-5, and then
but
this
your
guys.
formation is 3-3-3-2.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, so let's say
Well, you can
3-2.
step to that player and not stay in the middle and force them with your body shape to the wrong.
So I'm guessing you already have your fullbacks there.
Yeah, these are the fullbacks.
He doesn't want that player to step all the way.
Food for thought. Like I said, we're not trying to make you
No,
food for thought. Is that
non
right?
taken, non
Good
taken.
job.
Personally, I'm just.
Good job. You too, you're up. Little clap for Casimir.
Of course, and then cover and have that player push him to the line and then protect the middle. Cover.
Yeah, push them high and push them to the line.
Yeah.
Okay, if you push them high and push them to the line,
Well,
the guys running down the
we'll
side.
film the field.
No, you should.
You're assuming that they're gonna win by pushing them high and pushing them.
Not win.
If you get a village, you might be able to defend.
Like if you know them, like this is proper defending, right? Your body position. You're
Maybe
gonna
you
run
get
from the
lucky.
side.
Yeah.
So you're forcing
Well,
them to
I
go
think
down
the
the line.
strongest
As they're
is
going down the line,
the
you get closer and closer and closer.
Go ahead, David.
They
Go
have to
ahead.
either go to the line.
Hey, but some kids they actually pretty much are good almost.
Here we go, coaches. Here we go. Let's focus. Let's focus. Let's keep that in our attention.
Alright.
It's right here.
You're assuming that he.
Okay, so what we got
Yeah,
for this one is just a 3v3 plus 1. So yellow is not the ball.
You should.
Yellow is
I get you.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Give him the attention.
3v3 plus 1. Yellow is not the ball. I did yellow as the all-time attack or neutral. So it's for scenario number 1. So we're trying to prevent the attack from scoring down the middle, and each side has 3 goals. So 1 bigger goal in the middle and 2 smaller goals on those sides. And with 3v3 they play, and whoever has the ball has the extra player. And the small goals are worth 1 point, the middle goal is worth 3 points to incentivize the team with the ball to try and score down the middle. So when they're trying to score down the middle, that's working on our point, defending in the middle. So main principle is having defensive shape, and sub-principle is staying compact. Player actions are to cover and delay, press, and mark. So coaching points, right, is shifting to the middle to cover. So if they have the ball, blue team is defending, the ball goes over here. We need another. Alright, the ball goes over here, player has the ball, he can step, if player comes to help, shifting and shifting, right, so that they can help defend here. Ball goes back over here. Yellow is a joker?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. Go back to the previous shift that you did. Can you move the attackers into the where the attackers will be, if you don't mind?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Do they need to stay in your channel?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, just visual. I forgot.
I'll make this route. Hopefully, when the ball comes to this guy is doing this.
Yeah, defending the small goal and covering.
What are the player actions for this player right here?
Right, ball here, then it's press, right, you press the player on the ball, and delay the ball for the cover to come, right, because if they're over here, if they're just a big switch,
delaying and pressing, and then so that they're shifting, putting pressure on the ball. If the ball goes somewhere else, or I guess player actions for this one, right, is covering. This one's cover / balance, I guess, and marking the open player, right? So he's keeping eyes on them, and they're both shifting. Yeah, that's all the player action.
So, look at the area you're in. You're saying this player is gonna be man marked, not marked inside the 18.
Well, it's 30 yards, so this is 10 yards difference. So it's small.
Oh, that's not a big goal?
Yeah, no, it's a big goal. That's why I drew it inside. It's not a big net.
Okay.
They're both small goals, but again, so 7,
This is 12 yards, and that's 7 yards.
But that's a goal too?
yeah, little goal.
So what prevents this player from beating this player and scoring in this goal?
That's the point, right?
They need to
Is
defend.
they have to shift. They have to help, right? Just like a match, right? It's help on the wing, right? And then, okay, if he attacks here, that's why you press the ball, that's why you cover him, and he's here to help. But if the ball goes back here, that means you have to work on what we need to work on. We all have to shift over, protect the middle. If it goes back here, we have to help. Like, it's 4v3, you have to shift.
Okay, fair enough.
Right, and then if the ball loses, blue wins the ball back, right? Then red is doing the same thing, and we have the four attacking, right?
And in that situation, they should first protect the middle.
Because it's worth 3.
Fair enough. So here is the issue that you're trying to solve is that your team gets beat down the middle, right? So how are you gonna recreate that problem? Because right now your idea is great. I'm not arguing in regards to it, but most likely the red, once they realize they can score here, what are they most likely gonna do?
Keep scoring.
They're rather score here, right?
Score
Yeah.
that 1,000 times.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, but they
On the left.
You want to
right.
explain it? Sorry.
No, and we talked about that. We were like, okay, if we put the wide goals, isn't that gonna send them wide?
No.
And we're like, okay, maybe, but that's why we put the 3 points is so that the team knows if you score down the middle, you're gonna win, right? And it also, we feel like it's realistic because, okay, if we only put the goal in the middle, yes, players are gonna send to the middle, right?
But
No,
it
we're
was,
talking about this side.
They're saying,
Yeah.
both sides are saying.
Right,
so
Here is goes here, same thing.
so when the red team that had the ball first, if they lose the ball, now they're working on defending the middle mainly, but they're still working on defending the goals, which goes to the point that I was trying
Yeah,
to
it's
make
the same,
before.
similar.
That when you press a player that has the ball outside, you don't press them under, you don't press them from the side, you press them in between, preventing them from going straight through and trying to force them down the line. And also trying to, if they want to play that ball that Dr. Hyder was saying, to this, then now they can't play that ball to this player.
Yes, it's scoring in the middle, right?
Yes,
I got you.
to this. So this player, essentially,
Yeah.
these two are marking 3 players by them defending with the proper body position.
So what are the actions that this blue player needs to, can you go back
This
to
player has to.
Sorry.
Marty, if you guys don't mind over there in the back.
Marty.
Oh, sorry.
So if you guys don't mind, sorry, they're trying to explain, I'm getting sidetracked on your conversation. Here, show me the position of how the defender is gonna,
So we're going this way? Then blue has the ball?
no, red has the ball.
Red has the ball. Oh, okay. So then,
Because I'm assuming blue is your focus team, right?
They're
both-
No, because
They
because
Okay.
when you have the ball, you're not my focus team, right? When you don't have the ball, you're the focus team. It's
It's
dynamic.
even on both sides.
It's-
It's dynamic.
it's
It's
a dynamic-
myriad.
Remember, that means that you're gonna have to coach player actions on both teams.
yeah,
They're
defensively.
doing the same thing.
Huh?
They're doing the same thing, right? Because the pitch is the same, right? 3 goals, right? So
But you got to choose a focus team. You can't do both because then information is gonna be confused when you start saying defending. Because even though your exercise can be both for the same side, but you gotta choose where you're gonna do your coaching points. Which team are you gonna do it with? Make sense? Because there's gonna be a lot of information going. If you do the coaching point with both and your information is not the same, then you're gonna have a problem with players misunderstanding what you're actually trying to do. Because you're coaching both teams. You can't coach both teams, you gotta pick one. You can adjust the other team but not coach that team, that's different.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Because I get what you're actually, they both are doing the same actions.
When they don't
but you're
have the
not-
ball.
Exactly, but you're not coaching both. You're coaching one and adjusting the other to give you one. This goes back to what I told you, right? How are you gonna recreate your training session with a non-focus group?
So the non-focus group, because of the setup of the drill, and correct me if I'm wrong, you don't have to coach them.
Yeah. You
Because
don't-
they
you're not
already have
coaching-
numerical superiority.
Whoever has the ball, we don't worry about.
And,
them.
and by having numerical superiority, they're gonna wanna go to the middle. So that we're only focusing on the team
That's what I was trying to.
that has defense, you know what I mean?
If they have.
But the blue team is not going to go.
Yes, they are this way.
In the flat face of the field that scenario provides you, you're not going to go.
Out there,
Look the scenario you chose.
He's talking about the markings of the field.
What do the goals represent
No,
in
but-
the
but-
field?
what do you mean the
The
goal?
lines, the markings.
These lines?
So what I'm trying to say is your red team is the one attacking to goal.
And the blue team is attacking these 3 goals.
What do the goals represent as players? So like, does the center goal represent the 9 or the 10 that the blue team is trying to get it to, and the wide goal?
It's scenario one. It's about defense.
I know, but in scenario one, scoring opportunities, which means that you're missing something that you have in the game.
Honestly, I'm not understanding. Because I think these 3 can be the 3 midfielders, the 3 strikers, or the 3 center backs. Like the outside back, center back. It's just getting them to defend in the middle area.
And that goes back to the main point is just defensive shape. That's what we're coaching.
Team struggles to prevent opponent from creating a scoring opportunity when the opponent has the ball in the center of scoring opportunities, right? So what area is your blue team in?
Defensive half.
Defensive half.
What area is your red team in?
Attacking half when they have the ball. Right now.
Well, I mean, you don't have to do it where the 18 is.
Yeah. Don't worry about the.
Scoring opportunities, that means that there is a goalkeeper in there, or does your goalkeeper doesn't play defense?
No, no, right now there's no goalkeepers. It's just the concept of pressure core balance. So, and to emphasize, like the middle is the most important thing.
I know, but you're still missing, I understand what you're
So
trying to say.
you're saying you want a big goal and a keeper. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying your scenario is saying that.
One direction.
Your scenario is saying scoring opportunities, that means that in a game like, remember a game like, what is game like? What do you need to have?
Goals, direction, yeah.
So that means that if you're saying in this, because you're putting it right next to your 18, most likely there is a goal. Otherwise, would it be game like?
Well, it's modified. This is.
No, would it be the activity, is it kind of like a game in regards to it?
Yes.
Because otherwise players wouldn't be able to shoot from the 18. That's a restriction, right?
No, they can shoot from anywhere.
It's just a small-sided game.
Can they shoot from anywhere? Are
If
you 11, U12?
I mean, they probably won't be able to score, but they could if they wanted to.
Then that's
You
what I'm
know,
getting at.
yeah.
But in a game, a U12, I'm right next to the 18, I see the big goal. What am I most likely to do? Shoot.
Yeah.
Which means that takes away something realistic from this exercise that you won't be able to recreate, but the game will happen. That's what I'm trying to get to. Your exercise is not wrong, but you're coaching both teams. In reality, you wouldn't be able to do that because they have different player actions. That means that you will have to give me player actions on the attacking for the red, on the attacking half. Then you have to give me player actions for the blue. Make sense?
But couldn't we just not focus on player actions offensively and just focus on player actions defensively and let them, because they have numerical superiority, that's enough to recreate the numerical superiority that I imagine is the reason for why they are going through the middle.
Correct, but you're gonna have to recreate the scenario, which means that one team has to take the offensive charge in order to recreate the scenario that you're trying to recreate.
Okay.
Which means that player actions have to be coached. Make sense? That's why I'm saying if you're gonna coach both teams, I will need to see both teams' player actions. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense because you're sharing something the players won't be able to understand. Because here's a question, you gotta remember the scenario. I'm an eager learner.
Okay.
Winger's gonna ask, okay, coach, so I'm attacking and so forth, but now I'm defense, but I'm in the attacking half and so forth. That's a different player action on defense.
I mean, I still think in the
Because,
attack,
let me ask you, if I'm on the attacking half and now my pressing, am I trying to win the ball or delay the play?
depends on the coach. I would say win the ball if you have the numbers.
Okay, fair enough.
But most importantly, don't let them go back to the middle. But see, that's the whole concept that I'm trying to teach them.
But here you're on the attacking half. If you're the red team, you're on the attacking. Where do you actually want to push them? Where are your numbers gonna be on the attacking half based on your 3-3-2 formation?
In the middle.
So you get what I'm saying? The player actions are different now. You're gonna have to, coach. That's why I say you have to pick a focus team. Otherwise, it's gonna be difficult for you to share all those player actions because they will all have different. I understand you're focusing on defense, which is okay, but then the players are gonna ask you, okay, coach, I'm a 7, I'm an 11, he's a 2, he's a 3.
Yeah.
Player actions are different. You get what I'm saying? So you might confuse your players if you're saying both teams are doing the same thing, because if that's your 7 and this is your 2, their player actions are not the same. Or are they?
I feel like in a 3-3, I mean, right? They're pretty much doing the same thing. Shifting. Like they all shift. Maybe these ones are a little different up here. But you see, like, just having a line of 3 is part of the formation. Then in the midfield and here.
But aren't you gonna tell your 7, when you're on this side, take him 1-on-1? Isn't that what you would tell him? Based on this scenario?
No, in this scenario, I would just let them play.
I don't care what he does.
Like I'm not coaching the attacking team at all. I'm just letting them play to recreate, so that hopefully with the numerical superiority, they will try to score in the middle more because it's worth 3 points, but they can still score on the side. But then I think the numerical superiority is what's gonna recreate that problem in the middle. So that's why we can just focus on the defensive team. And then we can focus on the defensive team in both sides because it's the same.
You still couldn't create that because the red team is not struggling with preventing the opposing team from scoring opportunities.
What if I drew another box here facing that way?
Now we're talking differently.
Okay.
Now we're manipulating a training session to recreate something.
Because
that
he's
makes more
saying, excuse me, Dr. Hart, he's just saying that we are not fully reaching this scenario.
Yeah.
Because
Where would you put the box and what would
like just right 18,
Okay.
like we are like the same channel, you know what I mean? There.
It's like half-court basketball.
Yeah, you explain to them like this is the box facing this way and this is the box facing that way. You know what I mean? And then that way they're both, when they're defending, like Dr. Hatcher was saying, they're both defending a scoring opportunity, right? Because that was the instruction.
That doesn't really, you just want big holes. You want it like full defensive half.
Well, no, the
What I'm
scenario.
saying is because you are trying to say that they're trying to prevent a scoring opportunity, but I'll put myself on the other opposite side. If I'm one of those reds and I'm a really good midfielder and I can ping the ball into any of those 3 nets, are you preventing a scoring opportunity?
Hey, you mean goal scoring after you mean big goal, that's right. Like, because your answer is no, because you're just.
No, in this scenario, your scenario, if I'm the midfielder in the Reds and I can ping a ball to any of those 3 goals, are you preventing a scoring opportunity?
No, you're just preventing.
What prevents a scoring opportunity besides your player actions? What else prevents a scoring opportunity? Who's a vital role in that?
Keeper.
The keeper there.
Cause he has to shift his defense, he has to be in the right spot.
Yeah.
Defense count on him to also play a role, right?
Right.
If you don't have that, defenders are not gonna have as confidence to guide someone because they're gonna be like, if I give that coach, he has a straight shot on goal.
Okay.
Or if they defend him and he still scores, how are you gonna motivate that defender to do the same action when they already, the game told them, no, I'm gonna score on you even though you did great defense? Hard to say.
Could we not have keepers if this is our activity 1?
How you project it, yeah, that could be a
And
possibility.
just like keep the focus from defending, like defending the middle, and then activity 2 we bring the keepers and maybe another, and then bigger goals.
That's
Is
up
that
to you,
okay?
it makes sense, that'll be up to you, but all I'm trying to say is,
Yeah.
don't create something that later on you're gonna have to fix, a habit.
Yeah.
Because if you're telling your defender, you're doing a good job positioning, but you're still getting beat, I'm a 12-year-old, 11-year-old. Coach, you just told me I did a great job, but he beat me, so what is it good at?
Okay.
Makes sense,
Yeah.
but if you tell, you did a great job in position, the result is that that player cannot get a good shot straight to our keeper. Oh, yeah, I got that. Oh, I can't do that because I know that that's a bad shot, my keeper will handle that, we're good, I can do that more constantly. And if they score on the win, well, you have that because that's where you wanna guide them, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's what I'm training. Teach something that you don't have to recreate later. I'm not saying you have to have a keeper, but if you're not conscious that you're gonna have to fix that in your activity too, that may become a problem. Because that player that you're teaching how to defend might not do the actions that you want. Then that scenario may come true again. Because he's gonna get beat every time, and if he gets beat down there, what does your defense have to do again?
It's open in the middle, like it's open.
Which defeats the same as Kevin. You get what I'm trying to say? So I'm not saying your activity is wrong, just be mindful how you're trying to recreate it.
And what game situation.
Yeah, because player actions are different for both teams. One is in attacking and another is in defending.
So then you don't recommend like doing what we're trying to do of defending, of like only focusing on the defense. I just want to make sure that.
I'm not saying change it. Like I said, these are just suggestions.
No,
And
I want.
All I'm saying is be mindful of the player actions, see, because once we get in the game, you'll see.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot.
Okay.
So in some players, they'll be like, okay, how am I gonna do that?
Okay.
So just be mindful of that, that's all I'm saying. How you slice and dice it, hey,
Yeah.
if this works, more power to you.
Okay.
I'll even copy it. Make sense?
Yeah.
But if it doesn't, I'll still ask the question.
Okay.
Player action.
Thank you. Thank you.
Alright, one more. We got one more, then we'll go. Good job, guys.
Thank you.
By the way, I was just being the double advocate.
No, it's fine.
Challenging is a bit. Otherwise it's
So, alright, so, this is, right here. Alright, so for what I have right here is, the desired behavior for a half of players, the principles is to break the line to advance the attack. I picked scenario 2, the team struggles to advance the ball to the front 2, to move the team into a scoring position. Now, the area of the field that I'm focused on is the central channel. That's pretty much where the focus of our 10 and our 9 are. The sub-principles that I have are diagonal passing options, move or lose opponent when marked, drive the ball to exploit space, and find a free player between or behind the lines. Player actions I'm looking for is scan, driving, passing, supporting, control. The coaching points that I have for the players would be first look forward, scan early, use width and depth to create passing lanes, lose your marker with movement, don't stay flat, break lines with confidence, dribble or pass when the line's opened, stay connected in our diamond shape when building. Now, as far as the activity goes, the activity objective is advance the ball. So what we have right here is a 4v3. Number of players I have is 10. The size of the field is going to be 30 by 20. Ways of scoring, red, dribble past any gate or receive the second pass. from the 9. Now, activity, we'll go 4 minutes, 30-second break. We're doing 10 minutes total. Repetition is 5 or more. Now, the rules. Red must work together to dribble, pass, or receive from any open gate while maintaining their attacking shape diamond. Now, constraints. Red, move freely with no restrictions, while 2 stay behind the restricted lines and not score. The 2 restricted players are free to move, dribble horizontal to provide passing options, here and here. Now, the players who can move horizontal, one will have 10 yards here, the other one will have, 5 yards, 1 yard, and this one will have 10 yards in order to move freely up and anywhere horizontal, vertical, whatever they like on their side of on their half. The rotations are going to be 4v3. The 3 subs are for the defending team because we need the attacking team to keep their shape even when they're tired. So we want the intensity to be on the attacking team, sorry. So we only rotate the defenders. So that's pretty much what I have. As far as coaching points, I have 3 for each one. What I'm looking for first look forward, scan before receiving, use width and depth to create options for players. Even this player can drop enough deep just to receive those passes from every player in order to find these players going forward. When attackers miss when I step in will be when attackers miss the chance to drive or combine to break lines. How? My guided questions will pretty much be who's free to support, freeze and reposition players to show angles, lanes. The last one will be to praise, good scan, drive into space, stretch wide, and drive through. Because any player can feel free to dribble through, and now we have 2 attacking players, a 9 and a 10. But best case scenario, while this player moves vertical, we find a way to break these lines, and that's when we support this player, and now we're in, and we gotta go. Every single time the player dribbles through or passes it, that's a goal. And now as far as the defensive, my focus isn't on them. They're free to move freely, whatever way they want. And the only way they can score is just recover and go straight to goal. That's it.
So who's your focus group? Green? Blue?
No, focus group is red.
Red.
So the rotations only come from blue.
The penetration.
Yeah.
And what does this player represent?
This player represents a 6, a 5, anything that provides an option to create a height.
Okay.
We're looking at the diamond shape no matter what. The ball starts from this player, from me, to this player. Here. There.
Okay. And then after this player gets the ball, play is done?
The play is done. Because the goal is to find the team struggles to advance the ball to the front 2 to move the team. In this case, having 2 would just make it easy. So how can I make my 10 or my 8 to become a valuable source? Make them to break that line. Once they receive that pass, now we have 2. That's it. So that's pretty much the focus on that. So we provide 3 gates.
Okay, so this is the ball, right?
Yes.
So it's a 2v3 here, right?
Yes.
What's the intensity, what are the odds of these 2 players actually finding this player?
So the high player gotta move around to create open spots. So the other 2, the free players, they can find the high player to pass the ball because they're struggling, get up healing.
So the question, let me rephrase. How is this player gonna get the ball to these 2 players when it's 3v2? What if I'm gonna use 7-12 and I know that I'm just gonna be better, man to man, double team that player before they get.
So that's when the quick decisions come in. So for like what you said right now, this creates a 2v1 situation right here. That's where this player has to provide support in order to find here, and we break lines right away.
Okay.
Yeah, so they have support.
Alright. 30 by 20 you said?
Yes.
Alright.
Does the, when the ball moves across the goaling area and you have your 1 red up there, is that an immediate point or do you need the other red in there?
We need the other player, so once this player receives
You
this
need
ball,
always
that's
two
a good
players
question.
there eventually.
Always two players to support a goal.
I got you.
That's the point. So once this player receives the ball,
Yeah.
I need a player to run in.
So what happens if you get the ball to the red up there, but no red is able to get, the second red is not able to get there, what happens?
The second run, then we reset.
Okay, so they have the ball, they have the ability to kick it out.
Yeah, so I forgot to put that. The rotations happen when the red team finds a scoring goal or the blue finds a scoring goal, and if the ball goes out, we reset right away.
And then that bottom red,
The restriction line?
yeah, with the restriction,
Mhm.
they're just there really to feed the ball or for support.
Exactly.
I see.
So, good job, now I'm gonna challenge your thinking a little bit. If this is a forward, how are you gonna motivate that forward to understand that in a game, it's not just receive the ball and play is done, you gotta make a decision.
So this would be activity 2, more than anything, which is, for me, it would be a modified non-game form, where eventually this would give them the idea of what I'm looking for, and then I would add a goalie and have 2 players to defend. So adding more numbers onto the mix. So if I can just draw it out. This would be more like a game-like form situation right here before the scrimmage starts. So I have the goalie right here. I open up this. And now, why don't we be separate? I'll be drawn out. Now.
Not sticking anymore. Just draw them.
Now, we have 2 in here. So now we're looking at a 5v4 situation.
Which leads to my question, how are you gonna teach this player to understand that he needs to scan, look behind,
That's
know
true.
where to turn?
So before the big
How
activity.
fast does he turn?
Yeah.
Where the goal is at? Which player is pressing first? Where's the space to turn? How do I receive in order to avoid pressure?
We'll probably add another defender on there, a 4th player, a blue.
Like I said, just food for thought.
Yeah.
Challenge. These are things that, as a coach, you're looking to find answers for, right? Because your players want answer solutions. So as a coach, you start understanding, as future licensed coaches, this goes back to the analyzing, right? How am I analyzing my own training of what's the next step that I need to teach that player to know to prevent or to solve a problem that they will encounter in a game, which is pressure.
Yeah, apply pressure on that player.
Just food for thought. Good job.
Can I ask too?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it, I know, so every decision you make requires a thought for a second or third or fourth question / decision or answer, right? There could be infinite layers. So with with your food for thought, is it appropriate to have an answer for 11 and 12 and say, hey, for now, this is your objective. You get there, you get the ball, you score. But you have to always be prepared to scan in a real life scenario. Is it as simple as that to tell him? Or are you saying it's probably better to then build on top of this activity and make it so he has to scan?
Both.
Okay, gotcha.
Both.
Okay,
Because
thank you.
the reality is, if you don't prime the player that they're gonna do in the game, what is a U12 or U11?
They're gonna act like a robot. And they're just
They're
gonna
gonna receive, stand, and then you as a coach are gonna be like,
The hell, man, go to goal.
common nature, right? And then you are gonna, he's gonna be like, well, this is what I did in training.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it is more of a priming in you, and this is what, as a future license coach, you gotta start thinking, how am I solving a problem that they will have? Because if that player knows that, hey, once you reach the ball, the play is not done. That in itself tells the player, if I tell Nico, hey, once you receive it there, the play is not done. What is he thinking now? What are you thinking?
How do I know that?
Exactly, which leads to, okay, how do I know that? Most likely that gives me room to kind of say, whoa, what about if the defender's coming? What do you do?
Yeah.
High order question, right? Made him thinking, I didn't do anything. All I asked him is a question. And he's like, oh, well, okay, maybe, I'll look. I didn't ask him to look, but he'll look because I asked the question. And that's how you keep evolving the game, because it's not about how difficult you make the training session, it's how efficient is your structure of your training to project a message that gives you a solution to the problem that you're having in the game. That's it.
Well, maybe,
I appreciate it.
maybe follow-up questions after the drill or during the drill.
And that's
Guys.
checking for understanding.
Checking for understanding is asking the players,
Good job, Martin. Thank you.
how guys you're gonna apply this in the game and just, or give
Good
it.
job. Well done, well done. All right, gents, let's go on the field. Put your shoes on, we'll start at